Hey guys, Ryan with Cycle News. You're used to seeing my mate Rennie Skaysbrook on the street test, but today I've taken over to do the 2024 Kawasaki Eliminator. Now the Eliminator name was part of the Kawasaki brand about 10 years ago or so. They've brought it back. It's kind of the little brother of the Vulcan. So Kawasaki, I think, does a really good job of taking engines that are in other models and then applying them to new models or using them in different ways. So you have the Versus 650, you have the Ninja 650, you have the Vulcan, they all kind of share a similar engine. Now you have the Z400, the Ninja 400, and then this bike, which is the Eliminator, which has a 451cc parallel twin engine. It's gonna be very similar based off of the Ninja 400 engine. It's gonna have a longer stroke, and that's gonna give it more torque off the bottom. But what's really cool about this bike, after the presentation last night, I really thought it was gonna be kind of just a boring cruiser. That's why they sent me, you know, I'm the beginner street guy. And I was really surprised on how it rode today. It really feels like a sport bike engine, like a small, fun sport bike engine in a cruiser chassis. And so I personally don't like riding the big cruisers with my feet way out in front of me. This bike is not that. Your feet position and your whole body position is very neutral. Your feet are kind of right under you, so you feel like you're in control of the bike. And then the actual engine makes it feel fun and sporty, and you can get out in the twisties, get on the freeway. We were cruising at 60, 70 miles an hour, no problem. You have a 6-speed gearbox. There's not gonna be a ton of extra electronic add-ons. There's 3 different tiers of this bike. There's non-ABS, ABS, and then the SE model, which is behind me. You're gonna bump up about $300 per tier. So the SE is gonna be about $600 more than the base price, which is about $64.99. I'll put that in the video here. For me, riding on the street, ABS is an absolute must. So I would just automatically spend the extra difference to get the ABS. The SE over here is gonna have the blacked out frame. It's gonna have the nicer seat, different paint job. It's gonna have a cooler accessories that come standard. But for me, at least go with just the ABS. So this bike is really designed to be approachable, fun, user-friendly, beginner-friendly. Like I said, that's why I'm here on this test. To me, this bike is gonna be your friend has a cruiser, your friend is into riding, and you wanna get into riding, but maybe you don't have any street experience. It's got a low seat height of 28.9 inches, so even some of the ladies who are riding with us today who are vertically challenged, have shorter legs, can stand almost flat-footed on this thing. I'm about 6'1", and I can ride this thing no problem. Like I said, the feet position is right underneath you, but I don't ever feel crammed on this bike. I was even actually standing up just to stretch my legs throughout the day. I really like that feeling of not being crammed and not having my feet too far out. Some of the bikes I've ridden in the past where the foot position out in front of you, by the end of the day, your legs and hips and your back hurt, and it's just overall just not a fun position to ride in. So this thing was really comfortable. I could see having a passenger on the back and it being no issue at all. The weight is another attractive thing for this bike at 385.9 pounds, so 386 pounds, call it. It's really easy to move around. It doesn't feel intimidating or too heavy. This would be like the perfect bike to take your motorcycle license test on. It's easy, you can move it around, you can get in the canyons, and it feels sporty, and it still has that little bit of engine to get through the twisty stuff, have fun, open it up. Anything over about 4,000 RPMs is where the bike really comes alive, and it didn't really sign off anywhere. The transmission to me, the 6-speed transmission was ultra smooth, and with Kawasaki, they have a really cool feature of the neutral finder. So when you pull up to a stoplight, you just shift up from first and it automatically goes to neutral. It doesn't go to second gear. So you always can find neutral super easy. If this is something that was your first street bike, that's gonna be something that's really useful. An experienced rider maybe won't favor that or need that on this bike, but it's a really cool feature to have. You get the full digital dash, you get a gear position indicator, LED lights, turn signals. To me, those are all just nice add-ons at this price point, and for all of them to come standard is just a bonus in my book. The only thing that I would really complain about on this bike is just the brakes. They're not bad, they still work pretty good, but they just don't have that bite that you would maybe expect or that I've ridden on some sport bikes. When you come to a stop, you really have to use the front brake to get it to stop, but it's not gonna be the make or break of this bike. Overall, I could see this being a really good starter bike or something that you get into riding with and then just have fun with your friends. It looks cool. You could show up at the local spot and be undercover. No one would know that you're the newbie. And yeah, really fun bike, good price point, low weight, low seat height. You're gonna have a blast riding the new Kawasaki Eliminator. Thanks guys for watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Check us out, cyclenews.com. You'll see a full write-up of spec sheets, photos, and everything in our digital magazine available every Monday night for free at cyclenews.com. Until next time, we'll catch you guys later.